Hey guys, welcome back to Small Group. Today we are talking about fear, and so to help us do that, we are actually going to be playing a game. It's time for Games with Nathan, and this game is called What Phobia is Which Phobia? We are going to be playing a game where I'm going to list a bunch of different phobias, right? Some different fears, and because all the different names of the phobias are kind of weird, we got some contestants here. They're going to guess what they are. So we've got Jason Collins right here, Becky Martin, and Ed Martin, all right? So these are returning champions. Actually, Jason's
actually that'd be me.
Yeah, Jason's our only
I think
champion.
I won one time.
Yeah, maybe. So this is a blutophobia.
That's not going to help him. He can't read.
That's true. A blutophobia, all right? Is that A, fear of sourness? Is it B, fear of wild animals? Is it C, fear of washing or bathing? Or is it D, fear of darkness?
You want us to write the letter or the name?
You can, either one will work.
You might should have stuck with
I
the
think
letter.
we should have stuck with letter.
So Becky Martin says C, that's fear of washing or bathing. You say
I said washing.
Washing
Or Popeye's friend.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, but you didn't give me that choice.
Oh, sorry. And then that's C. That is all correct. It is C, the fear of washing. That's 1 point for each person.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. Barophobia or barophobia. I don't know how you say that. Is that A, the fear of gravity? B, the fear of stairs or steep slopes? Is it C, the fear of books? Or D, the fear of body smells? All right. Here we go. We got our answers. All right, so we've got one fear of gravity, another fear of gravity, and D, a fear of body smells. The correct...
I personally do not have this, by the way.
That's because you.
But he does have body. It's because he can't smell himself.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't understand. All right, the correct answer is A, fear of gravity. So
2 for 2.
And
there we go.
And I didn't even cheat.
I think I'm winning
I got my A
again.
on
No, this is not golf. You want to get better. All right, this one is fun. Eleutherophobia. Eleutherophobia. All right, is that A, fear of vomiting? B, fear of freedom? C, fear of hearing good news? D, fear of mirrors or of seeing oneself in a mirror?
I went
our
first
answers.
this time.
All right, we got the fear of freedom, the fear of freedom, and the fear of seeing oneself in a mirror. The correct answer is B, fear of freedom.
I think we're perfect.
There you go, three for three, one for three.
I believe in golf, I am winning.
Melophobia. Melophobia is that A, the fear of metal, B, the fear of memories, C, the fear of hatred of, fear or hatred of music, or D, fear of ants.
I was trying to think of what Becky would say, and I said B.
All right,
You're
so
still wrong. You're still wrong.
all right,
How long
so
you been married to
Jason and
her?
I are the only ones making matches till now.
Going off
we
on
got
them.
fear of metal, fear of fear or
It's gonna
hatred
be
of
D
music,
this time, which has been my consistent answer.
or B, fear of memories. The correct answer is C, fear or hatred of music.
I think he mispronounced it. I think it was.
Bam!
I think
I'm
it
still
was
perfect.
melophobia, which melody.
Oh, maybe.
Please.
Philophobia.
Oh, I'm on this.
Philophobia.
I'm on this.
Is this A, fear of falling in love or being in love?
Really
No.
thin Greek bread.
B, fear of dolls. C, fear of beards. Or D, fear of the color purple, not the movie. All right, so fear of the color purple, fear of falling in love or being in love. The correct answer is A, fear of falling in love.
See, I knew that one because
or
I took
being in
Greek.
love.
Oh.
Follow.
Last question. Sophophobia. Sophophobia.
I know this.
Is it A, the fear of sleep, B, the fear of learning, C, the fear of outer space, or D, the fear of symbolism? Jason says he knows this one.
It's B, man.
I got B too.
It's B.
B, the fear of
See?
learning.
I knew it.
I know
Sophia.
my phobias.
But what that means is, with 6 out of 6 correct, Becky Martin is the winner for the first
If
time.
you like that kind of thing.
Yes.
Yes.
That's okay. I just am happy I won something.
Last week we started a series talking about how fear can affect our lives and how God wants us to live without fear. And one of the biggest reasons why is because when we give into our fear, we can miss out on some amazing opportunities that God has planned for our lives. Because often the moment when you're most afraid is the moment when God can use you the most to do some incredible things. And one story that really highlights this is something we talked about a month or so ago. It's a story that you probably have heard of called David and Goliath. In the story, a young boy named David is bringing food to his brothers who were soldiers at war. And when David gets to the battlefield, he sees this terrifying man standing in this valley, taunting the soldiers and calling out for a soldier from Israel to come fight him. This is Goliath, and apparently Goliath had been doing this for a long time, but everyone, understandably so, was too scared to fight him. Not David. David knows that God is on his side, and so David offers to fight Goliath. And without a sword or a shield, David walks into the valley to face Goliath. And to everyone's surprise, David wins. Now, can you imagine being David? Can you imagine being this young boy, not a soldier, probably not even old enough to shave, taking on this terrifying giant? How did David do this? Wasn't he scared? Probably was fear on that battlefield, but David knew to trust God over his fear. Why? Well, David explains that he knows God will be with him because earlier in his life, when he was a shepherd taking care of his father's sheep, David had killed a bear and a lion that had stolen one of his sheep. David, a young boy, took his responsibility so seriously that he faced off against a bear and a lion just to save his father's sheep. Why? Because he trusted that God was with him. And so when he saw Goliath that day, even though he knew it was normal to be afraid, he knew the best thing he could do was to trust God and to go into that valley. What about you? When you know God would have you do something, but it doesn't make sense or it seems frightening to obey him, do you trust God and obey anyway? Do you, like David, remember that God is with you, and if he calls you into a terrifying valley, that he'll be with you? Or do you choose to run away? Because David trusted that God was with him in that valley, God used David to do some amazing things and become one of the most memorable kings in the history of the nation of Israel. But it could have all been different if he'd just given into his fear. And you don't know what God wants to do in your life if you don't trust him. So talk in your groups about how you can trust God even when you're afraid, and then we'll move on.